want answers. I want the truth. You can't handle the truth.
Larry, and then Jay Just. Go ahead.
Yeah, I think all the questions have been pretty quick. Danny, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
It's been a while since I've talked to you. We've spoken a few times, so it's good to chat for a question. The question I was going to ask was going to be prefaced with something that contradicts what you said, and if you could give us the name of the person that is the supposed suicide victim from the back engineered program, maybe I could back off this question a little bit. But the question is,
no, I'm not going to
okay,
give that to you. I mean, you don't have any particular unique standing to be authorized to have me.
Well, I mean, it would help if it was a publicly known person. That's all. I mean, it might give us some clues as to what program they worked with.
No, they were not a publicly known person.
But it was a homicide, though. Yes.
No,
okay.
I did not
say
that. I did not say that at all. Well, we don't know which of the two it was, but it appears.
But I'm saying there should have been there should have been a police report. Is my point.
There's an ongoing police investigation going on.
When that police investigation ends, would you maybe be willing to tell the people who that might be?
Well, there would probably be a publicly available police report on that.
Okay. Well, the reason why I was prefacing it with that is the Paradigm Institute. You talk about the national security state as, a pretty big monster to deal with. So you have the Paradigm Institute.
No. I haven't. You got to be careful characterizing.
Well, I'm saying, well, they're very problematic when it comes to whistleblowers in the UFO discussion. Is that fair? Okay,
that's a fair statement.
All right,
that's a fair.
All right, that's good enough.
No, hold on. I didn't get to ask my question. I'm sorry.
You asked the question.
Go ahead.
I have not, as far as the whistleblowers that have been public, Grush, Elizondo, Mellon, if you want to count him, I have not heard of one whistleblower that has been reprimanded or fired or lost their job or their pension. Every single one of those gentlemen retired under their own volition. And there have been more than 3 people, obviously, for the 40 that have gone to Arrow, but there have been even more than the 40 that we know of. So my question to you is, what if that's not actually happening to these whistleblowers? What's, like, to me, I look at Edward Snowden, and that to me is a whistleblower. If these guys were whistleblowers on that level, why aren't we seeing the same response, the actual repercussions of whistleblowing national security secrets?
I must say you're probably one of the more poorly informed people that I've talked to for a while about all this, because the fact is that the instantaneously the national security clearances of both Lou and Chris Mellon were immediately challenged, and they had to go through this long, drawn-out process of being reinterrogated, to have to basically go in and reestablish all the bona fides of their
but they weren't fired.
Clearances. They were
fired. Their lives weren't threatened.
Yeah, but that's like saying, yeah, we beat the shit out of
you.
No,
that's not the same.
So that you don't have any.
Lou, let him answer, and then we got to go to the next person.
We have
I'm just saying that your assumptions of your question are completely incorrect. That they did in fact suffer all kinds of adverse consequences, that require much more aggressive protection than the present statutes provide. For example, one of the positions that the Inspector General took of the Defense Department is that Lou, that no matter how much aggressive attacks may have been waged against him, as long as he was no longer an employee of the federal government, he wasn't covered by the whistleblower statute, period.
But
and
he
so
retired,
that no matter how
Daniel.
much he was harassed.
He retired.
Yeah. And I'm saying that excluded him from any protections under the Whistleblower Act. So that if people were calling him up, calling him up on the phone and threatening him, or or to try and take away his security clearance, or telling lies about him, a whole series of things that are complete wrongdoing on the part of people against him to punish him for doing it, that he was getting no protection whatsoever. You can't say that well, because he didn't have his security clearance ultimately revoked, there was no harm done to him. You're just suggesting that there's no harm really coming to these people at all, and that's just completely false. The whole premise of your question is wrong.
All right. Well, we're going to move forward. Let's go ahead and go to Nathaniel here, and then we'll go to Red Octopus, then Jay Just, then Larry. Go ahead.
You want answers! I want the truth! You can't handle the truth!